Yeah. Good afternoon to all of you. Yeah, today I'll be discussing about the how teak farming can be successful to a farmer. So before that, I just to discuss a little bit package of practice how we have to grow the uh, uh, teak plantations in the farmer's field profitably, and what are the aftercare they have to take and how they have to grow. So, for example, so the first slide which shows is that about the teak tree species scientific name. Its origin is Burma. It's usually called as the king of timber uh, among all the woods. We'll have a what I mean to say is that teak is one of the best wood which you are going to get, and it is not subject to any type of a termite attack or anything, and it will long last. So this is a very important tree species among all the good tree species. Now, as you can see the how the teak block plantations are grown here. And my slide presentation to make your this presentation a little bit interesting. I have collected good pictures for the listeners and viewers. So it is a deciduous tree. Generally, its leaves are spread and it goes to a height of almost 30 meters high. Leaves are large and they are opposite, and young leaves are red blue because of the epiderm sap. So you can see the pictures of teak tree, how it grows, and also what about its flower and also its fruiting habit. And you can see its parts of a teak tree. I just give you a glimpse of all these things. This is the teak leaves. Coming to teak fruit, this is the fruit of the teak, how it looks like. And this is a teak flower. So this is a fruit, teak flowers and fruit both are in the trees. Basically, it looks very, I mean, aesthetically, it looks very beautiful when it flowers, teak tree, especially when we see in the forest area or when we see on the roadsides, all along the roadsides when it is in flowering stage. Inside the teak tree, the cross section, it looks like this. And you can see how excellently when the teak flower, I mean the teak tree flowers, it looks a really very good, interesting also to see it. Flowers and teak in full blooming stage. Those are the plantations, how they look like. We have to go for a systematic plantation in block plantation. We have to maintain 2 into 2 meters, 2 into 2 meters spacing or 3 into 3 meters spacing like that. And in 1 acre, if you go for 2 into 2 meters spacing, we can accommodate 1,000 teak plants in 1 acre when you go for spacing of 2 into 2 meters. So this is how the block plantations grow in the teak. And the flowers, it flowers in the month of June and August, and as well as the fruits are set up in September, December. And flowers are primarily entomophilous, but occasionally anemophilous. Wood is yellowish, whitish to pale, and yellowish brown. You know, the moisture content at 15%, the density varies about 660 kgs per cubic meter. So again, growing reasons, I don't want to go in detail about this because I'll be discussing in length about the profitability of the teak, how the cost benefit ratio works out. So this is about the teak. It's a native to Indonesia, Myanmar, northern Thailand, and northwestern Laos. And soils are deep, well-drained soils. pH goes up to 6.5 to 7.5, and it's named as a calcareous species. You can see the calcium content in soil is used as an indicator of teak site quality. Means wherever the soils are there, the soil where the soil is having the more calcium content, the trees are going to grow up well in this teak. So this is suitable soils for the teak. And climatic requirements, it goes between 44 to maximum temperature and 13 to 17 degrees the minimum temperatures. The block plantations, and is a high intensity light. It is a light demander. Teak tree is a light demander. It grows up well in light, so it is a always called as a important light demanded tree. Rainfall goes up, comes up about 1,000 to 2,000 range. Good quality is poor. Suppose if there is in under heavy rainfall conditions, if the tree grows well up, also the wood quality will not be good. So this is a plantation. You can see this in the trees are growing in the actually in the nurseries also how we have to grow. And we have different types of a teak plantation, Neelambar teak, Central and South West African teak, actually is like that. Central province, Adilabad teak, we have Godavari teak, Kwaning teak, and also Mysore teak, Balarsha teak. Among all these things, we actually, there is a good saying that Balarsha teak is very good among all the teak, it's Nagpur teak and Konang teak there. Land preparation we have to do. It is all wastelands. It comes up well. All wastelands, soily, so soils with a lot of pebbles and all the things also. It comes up well, and we have to grow for. First, we have to clean the land, and we have to go for the uh, first 1 or 2 plowings, and we have to dig the pit, and we have to add at the rate of 200 grams per bit of super phosphate and a neem cake powder, and also digging out. We can also go use a little bit. Chloriferiphos for the purpose of controlling of the termites. Generally, in the red soils, termites infestation is very high. It's very important that we should go for termite control also. It is very important. This is the soil preparation. Though it doesn't require much preparation in the soils. If we do that, that is an added advantage for us also. If we doesn't do also, the trees will come up well. And you can say propagation also, seed takes about 40 years to get good amounts. So seed rate we have to go for. Generally, we don't grow the teak with the seed. Generally, we go for the stump raised plantations. In Kerala, the seed rate is people use it as 5 kg seeds are commonly used. You can see the seed treated seed, how it looks like. But it is very cumbersome, and we are not supposed to go for actually cultivation of teak with the seed starting. So we have to go for stump raised material that is very easy and also quick, and also it is not a cumbersome, and it's a, and also successful. Also, success rate will be also more. So it is a, we can go for this sowing method. We can also distance sowing method. Also we can go the seed at the distance of 2 to 4 meters spacing, as I told you. Suppose if we go for 2 meters into 2 meters, actually we can accommodate 1,000 seeds in 1 acre area. 1 acre is equal to 4,000 square meters we get actually. So this is the teak tree, how it germinates and comes up in the poly bag. You can see that how it has come up, this tree. After continuous 35 to 45 days after that, the teak seedlings will come up like that. Then this polybag seedlings can be transplanted to the main field after 1 year or after around before 1 year also we can do that, depending upon the growth of the polybag grown seedlings. So limitations are we have a low seed generation rate generally. Almost suppose if you put 100 seeds for the generation purpose, now hardly 20 or 15 seeds are going to generate. Generation percentage is very poor. 20 to 30%. High variability among individuals also we can see here. So vegetative propagation also can be done. Trim leaves to retain 1/3 and cut the apex shoot. Dip the seeds with the 5 to 10 minutes indo-butyric acid IBA solution to get the good this growth. You can also take seedlings. How the seedlings we can, this is very good method as the teak propagation, stump method of preparation of the teak. That is very important, very easy, quick, and also success also. So removal of the actually seedlings. Then once we remove the seedlings, we prepare the stump. You can see here in the picture how the stumps are prepared here. These are called the stumps. We have a 5 centimeters on the top and 15 centimeters on the below. This is called as a stump. This is also called as a teak root, which we can put it in the soil directly, or we have to put them in the poly bag and we can raise it. Stumps are processed. This is how the stumps are being processed. And these stumps, because we cannot take the seedlings all the way to many places and transportation charges will be very more. So instead of that, we can send these stumps to any place at cheap rate and easy to transport, and less cost also will be there. So whenever you want to take teak plantation from any place, we can get the stumps from there in a bag, 1,000 or 2,000 stumps, we can grow in 1 acre also without any cost. If you want to grow bring the poly bags, it actually costs much because the transportation charges will be more. Root cutting, this is how the stumps or root cutting stumps are prepared. Preparation is soil preparation for filling of the poly bags is being done here by the ladies here, workers. These are the how the root cuttings are put in the bags. See, after treatment with IB or anything, the root cuttings are planted in the soil bags. Actually, so you can see the bagging has been done, and the poly bags have been, root stumps have been placed in the poly bags in all in lines, 1 meter width and length, whatever way we can take. But width should be always, width of the bed should be always 1 meter. That is a standard. So that it will be easy for us to operate and do the weeding or spraying or anything. We can also have the good monitoring also when these are in the form of a bed types. So you can see the leaves, how they have come up here, how their growth is there, peaks, seedlings, leaves. You can see the how the these people are doing the periodically they sort out. See those seedlings which are not good, they are weak and they are drying, we can remove, and those seedlings are which are good, they sort it out. So those seeds can be planted in the male field. That's the reason what the people here are doing, the sorting out the seed, good seed and weak seedlings. You can see how excellently the nursery is ready for planting in the main field, Teak nursery. You can see that how this one. So tissue culture plantation is also very good. Nowadays, there are many tissue culture seedlings are being produced. Teak also. Uniformity will be there. Quick growth will be there. And quick, cycle will be there. And we will getting good, what I mean say, good wood in short period of time. We go for the tissue culture. You can see this the propagation of the tissue culture. This is a YSG bioscope. This is one of the laboratories how the tissue culture, cuttings, leaves, leaf cuttings have been propagated in the lab. These are the different stages in the tissue culture development of the tea. You can see here how the propagates they have been kept and how they are propagated. You can see how they, after that, we have to go for the hardening. Then after the tissue culture lab, we have to go to expose to the natural light. This is called as the hardening process. We keep it on the exposed to the natural light. And this is how the seedlings are come up in the trays. And these are now actually once micropropagation, these are the ones, once they are ready, they are now transplanted to the main field based on the spacing and all those things. So this is how this is very easy and quick, and also success rate will be almost 99%. So Teak can be propagated with monoculture or intercropping. We can go for the any crops. Intercropping also we can do because Teak grows straight. It has grown. It will not have any canopy. It will not give any shape. So any shade. So you can intercropping also. We can grow this Teak. So this is a. I go a little bit quick because I had to discuss about the economics of the country. So monoculture, we could go for spacing of 2 into 2 meters or 3 into 3 meters. It is recommended. The planting stock, some planting is preferred. See, always I have been telling to you, stump planting is preferred and easy for transport. See, wherever you want to go for 20 acres of land, so we need 20,000 stumps or something like that. So these can be easily transported, and there is no point of any transportation cost will be more. But if you want to take these 20,000 seedlings in a vehicle, it costs much. So this is what I want to say. Planting stock always we should use go for the stump method. Seed processing, plantation management is all of this. This is a irrigation. You have to go for. If suppose there is no rain also no problem, take it will come up well. The irrigation is not much required. If it is also they can farmers are interested, they can do. Quick growth will be there. Weeding also done. Now and then if you do the weeding, 1 to 2, 3 weedings is also good. And also the seedlings will come up well. This is how they, when the drip irrigation is there, the growth will be very fast and they put up a good growth. So you can see that how the plants have come up erect and straight here. These are the manual weeding can be also done. And also fertilizers, we had used the different fertilizer management we can do. Urea, super phosphate and other things. And you can see how the weeding is being done here. Thinning is also done by 5 to 10 years. Then this is how the plantations, when we plant these things, actually they grow. Depending upon the spacing we adopt, they grow. This is what, with this, I want to discuss in detail about the cost benefit ratio. After you can see the viewers can see this plantations, how they have come up, equal spacing, plant to plant, and as well as row to row. You can see that harvesting techniques, regional forestry and local forestry. So Teak would take around 20 So nowadays, tissue culture teak hardly takes about 10 to 12 years, whereas naturally grown, it takes about 15 to 17 years like that. So yield is 10 to 15 cubic feet we get roughly about or 25 to 30 feet the tree grows. The yield is 10 to. So nowadays 450 genetically superior teak plants can be grown in 1 acre of spacing of 9 by 12 feet. So these are the how the I just given a brief introduction about the teak propagation, farming, and how it is which method is good and how the farmers have to attend the teak farming. These are the some of the teak wood. Once it is cut, it has to be subjected to seasoning. Seasoning has to be done. Then seed production, clonal seed production also are also there. Seed production areas are also there. This also good grade. Grading of the teak wood is also the highest quality timber taken from usually mature trees, hardwoods. Wood is lighter in color, B grade, and C grade is inferior teak wood taken from logs of the mature trees, which actually have no traces of natural teak oils. Wood is sought with the wind color and susceptible to damage. So these are the things which can. So these are the teak defoliator and skeletonizer is there. We have a root rot dew polyporous is there. Then also we have pink diseases of fungus also caused in the teak. These are the some of the diseases of the teak plant. But the farmers should make it a note that they do not have to bother about the teak diseases or insect because it takes care of. Nature will take care of it. Pink disease of fungus can cause the cankers and bark problem. But anyway, only thing is the farmers to be careful is clean cultivation. That is enough because any diseases or any insect pest, we cannot do any sort of a spraying or control or whatnot, anything. Because farmer cannot do that, all these things. It's only we should know that what are the diseases. And so to prevent all these things, when we go for a little bit clean cultivation, automatically these diseases or insect infestation can be leaf extracts of the can be also used to spraying also. This method is immense. So just teak defoliator, we see this. It's a breed is a defoliator. It's one of the important fly which actually eats away the leaf. So this teak skeletonizer, it eats leaf. You can see the picture below. Here is that how actually that you can see this picture below. So here the leaf has been eaten and you can see the skeleton of the leaf is actually you can see here egg parasitic trichomonas. And also we have Erythrina salmonica. These are the central pink disease of teak. So I again repeat to all the farmers or residents is that whatever diseases are there, whatever infestation are there, we can do nothing over that. But only thing is that from the beginning onwards, we have to go for a good clean cultivation. As a result, we can prevent certain sort of a diseases and insect infestation in the teak plantation. So make it a note. So this application of Carixon, as I have recommended, see, this can be done, but it is very difficult, cumbersome, costly, and at the end of the day, we don't know where we end up and in the cost benefit ratio. So farmers have to take care bark depression, the root also in the collar region. You can see how the bark has been damaged here because of the root rot. So now I discussed this in the economics of the teak, cost and returns of the teak wood farm can harvest. So a minimum of 10 years is required for the teak to actually come. So there are certain expenditures which are going to come as of late, as of on, as on date, the expenditure is shooting up like anything. So roughly we get for the initially for the teak wood first 10 years point of view, we got about totally teak plantation manuals, fertilizers, irrigation, etc. cost about 25,000. Roughly 25 to 30,000 it costs, and now the cost has been increased. Labor, land preparation, plantation cost also it costs to almost 48,000, almost 50,000. It costs about an acre. So this is very expensive, but even then nowadays it also the expenditure shoots up now also. Still more it is going to. So under good management practices, the yield of the teak after 10 years is about we get roughly about 12 to 15 cubic feet per tree. So the present rate is 2,500 to 3,000 per cubic feet. Let us take it for minimum of 2,500 cubic feet for 1 acre. So 2,500 into 12, we get about 30,000 rupees from one tree after 10 years. Roughly, we get. This is one of the calculations, and it is going to come also. Only the teak plantations. The only thing is we have to protect the plantations. We should keep the plantation free from fire. We should keep the plantation free from cattle destruction, and we should see that the plantations are always kept clean, free from leaf fall. Generally, teak leaves are senescence, so they are subjected to fire. Once there is a fire attack, then the entire plantations are going to get damaged. So 10% mortality is there. Out of 30,000, when we take it as a 450 trees are okay, we get about 1 crore 35 lakhs returns we are going to get. From this, we remove about the 50,000 rupees of expenditure, roughly 1 crore 34 lakhs 51,000. Roughly, we are going to get 1.34 crores we get after a period of 10 years. So when we divide, so with the net income expenditure is about 1:275.30. So this is the cost benefit ratio which we are going to get. There is another calculations where peak can be easily we can get. This is the viewers can make a note of it, that the farm peak plantations assured we are going to get this thing, provided if the land is little bit good, not purely wasteland, but if the land is little bit good in 1 acre area. I just these are the calculations which we are going to get, and definitely teak plantation there is no disappointment we can face, but only thing is we should have patience. We should have patience and wait for the so many years. That is very difficult for as of now, because we farmers want everything in quick and quick returns, quick things all the time they want. So 1 acre is equal to we'll have about 10,000. I mean 2 into 2 meters means we will get about 1,000 plants per acre. You can see that. And first, what exactly we have to do is that after a period of 6 years, see the farmers should get some sort of a profit. See, they should get some sort of a money. So they cannot keep on spending one way money. So after 6 years, if we cut 50% of the block plantations, this can be sold it out as a poles at the rate of almost 200 to 300 rupees or something like that. So this can be sold out. Farmers will get some sort of a returns. How they do is they have to do the cutting, selective cutting. They have to do weak trees or trees which are crooked, which are not infested with any insect or anything. Those type of plant they have to select out of 1,500 has to be removed. So what happens? Remaining 500 will get a good space to grow. So then in the 12th year, again after two more to 50% of this 500 has to be harvested, and they will become useful for the poles and small wood also. They can be used for the poles and as well as small wood. You can see the screen here. Then the third cutting in the 18th year, the field is left with about 250 trees in 1 acre. So the 18th year means 6 into 3 is 18th year. We get roughly from one tree 40 cubic CFT of wood we will get. So 40 into 2,500, roughly we'll get about a 1 crore of material returns we are going to get after, each one tree. So when you go with 250 into 1 crore is equal to 1 lakh is equal to 2.5 crores. 2 lakhs 50,000 means 25 crores we are going to get. So means here you can see this. Why I'm telling all these things is that for some 18 years, if we divide by the total returns, roughly we'll get about 1 year. Roughly we are getting about 12 lakhs per year we are going to get. This profit is just like a cultivation of other crops also, the same way we are going to get. So this sort of a cultivation can be farmers can do, but only thing is they should have the patience. They should have the they cannot wait, because money is very important. So farmers sometimes will have very tough time to meet the expenditure. So I can say that we can 1 lakh from each tree, 2.5 crores the farmer can get here. So this is how the cost benefit ratio is worked out in the teak. So most important thing I want to tell you is that teak, there is no question of any I mean, seedlings maintenance or death or anything, or pest infestation or disease, all those things are there. Only thing is wait. We have to wait, and we should get the returns. Till then, there is no other alternative. So farmers who have got a lot of land, who is using, we are not using anything at all. Those lands they can do for this teak plantation and forget about that and leave it. So they leave it to the nature. And only thing is you have to have the good fencing and keep the plantations from free from the fire accidents, free from the do the clean maintenance. Once in year, you have to go a little bit intercropping. That just you have to use some interculture where the flowering can be done. So as a result, we can keep the clean cultivation, pest infestation can be minimized, and also good growth will be there. And once the rain also falls, the good internal, recharge of the soil with the water can be also done. So these are the things the farmers have to make it of note. Those people who are having the very less land, they are interested in growing the teak also. All along the fields also on the border side, they can grow this teak plantation. They act as a good windbreakers also. They prevent wind coming over to the farm, and actually crop losses due to the lodging may also at times occur. So to prevent this thing also, we can plant the teak planters in a thick manner, less distance, and also we can do that. So teak furniture, we get good type of a teak furniture. We are different type of a furniture made from teak wood. We can see there, the viewers can see so many good materials can be made with the teak. When the teak made with chase, teak with the chase. This is medicinal value of the teak. Bark of the tree is bitter tonic, useful for headache, and digestion may be enhanced. So I am Dr. Joseph here. We are the viewers can contact me on my phone number is given here, and my mail ID is also given. Those people who are interested in knowing anything more about these plantations of teak, eucalyptus, bamboo, casuarina, whatnot, anything I can help them out. And if you are facing any problems also, we can do. But for all these plantations, is most important thing is the marketing. Marketing problem is very much so. Farmers have to ensure the marketing assurance. Then only, or they should go for a buyback system of growing these plantations. For example, eucalyptus is there. Eucalyptus nowadays a lot of many lakhs of acres. The farmers are going by entering into the buyback system with the paper industry people. So that can be possible. So unless and until there is no buyback system, it is very difficult for the farmers to sustain. So they have to have some sort of a arrangement agreement before they do this plantation, because they spend a lot of money and wait for a long period, and at the end of the day, if they get very, they don't, if they are disappointed, and if they don't get any buyers, then there will be a very problem for them. So the farmers have to be very careful, and they should think that always that the assurance of money is based on the agreement. So this is a thank you all of you. And if you are now, I'm giving you time, almost half an hour period for all of you you can ask, you can shoot up your questions to me, and these are the some of the important things which I have just covered. So now the farmers can anyone or the viewers can ask some questions if you have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, madam.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Joseph, for the detailed presentation. Now I'll take a few questions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what are the key factors that contribute to success of teak farming as an individual farmer?
Yeah, I was just talking to you. The farmers who have excess of land and who are actually absentee landlords and who wanted to know, and they have to know completely the method of cultivation, and with less in expenditure, they should go for plantation. And ultimately, they will, as far as teak is concerned, definitely there will be no problem of actually buyers. Only thing is they have to wait. So this, as you can see, the so many things are being made with the teak. So buyers will be there, but only is it takes some time for the people to, what I mean to say is, people to, wait for them, because it is very long duration crop, like actually 18 years it's going to take to get your returns. As well as in the annual crop, justly is in a matter of one season of 3 months, the people are going to get the returns and they enjoy like that. So this is some of the problems which the farmers will play, because but wherever the wastelands are there, wherever the vacant lands are there, if those lands are being covered with with this type of plantations, definitely the farmers will get good returns also.
Okay. And what are the specific requirements and considerations for selecting suitable land and site preparation for teak farming?
Yeah, generally, madam, actually, any land which is of no use, any poor lands are also. Only thing is lands with what drainage or lands with waterlogged soils, they are not suitable for this, because under waterlogged soils, teak won't come up well. Under gravelly soils, under dry soils, soils in Adilabad and those soils which are poor soils also, it come up so well. But the growth will be slow. Whenever the soil is good, the growth will be very fast, and ultimately we get the good growth and we get the yield. The life cycle of the tree is going to complete quickly. Suppose if the soil is good, if the soil is poor, the longevity will be there, and it takes some more time for the tea plantation to grow. So generally, most of the farmers wanted to grow their tea plantations all around their borders. They come up well, and really farmers can, what I mean to say is farmers can get some rich benefits after a long period also, without any difficulty. And there is no failure as far as crops are concerned. We'll have some failures. We have some vagaries of weathers will be there, and we have losses will be there. So many things are there. But as far as these plantations are concerned, we can take it for granted. These are the property. So few people will, once upon a time in those old days, people used to say that I have about a 600 teak plantation. It is they used to estimate it as a property. So such a confidently we are going to get the returns once we sell this material in the market.
Okay. And how can farmers optimize teak plantation establishment, including seed selection, nursery management, and planting techniques?
Yeah. Just now I have shown all these things in my PowerPoint presentation. Seed type of propagation in teak is of no use, and it is very difficult. So farmers have to go for only stump plantation. That also they should go for Balarsha teak, some important variety type of teak. If they grow, that will come up well, and it gives good quality wood. When as I have discussed about the three types of qualities of teak, also A, B, C. So good quality of wood automatically fetches good profit, and we get more margin. So whenever we go for all these things, we have to discuss with the specialists, and we have to select the good material. Then only the farmers has to actually do the plantation, because at the end of the after 18 years, if they regret, they don't get anything at all. So they have to discuss with the scientists or the well-known persons, well-versed persons, and they should choose the good material. Seed material, stump material, and those things they have to plant in a systematic manner. What I have told you, they have to grow the material in the polybags, and after going 1 year, again they have to transfer it to the main plot. As I told you that they have to go for different specifications, like spacing 2 into 2 meters they have to follow. So as I told you also, they follow 2 into 2 meters spacing, and roughly about 1,000 plant teak plantations can be accommodated in 1 acre. So this sort of these 1 acre teak plantations can be harvested at 3 times. As a result, the farmers will get some intermittent returns also, because they cannot wait up to 18 years or so like that. In the beginning, they can sell, in the 6th year they can sell the material as a poles. In the 12th year they can sell it as a small wood also. So at the end of the 18th year, they can sell it as a wood. So we get about roughly 2,500 to 3,000 rupees for 1 cubic feet of the wood. 1 cubic feet of the teak wood, now it's the market price. So it is definitely, as I told you, that 1 acre, if the farmer grows, if he has got a patience to wait 18 to 20 years, depending upon the soil type, the farmers are going to get good profit. That is there. It is assured. But we cannot, many people, I mean, those people are well rich, and those people have got a lot of land. They can wait, but the poor farmers who are farmers, I mean to say, farmer who are having a 1 acre, half acres, or I mean, very less land, they cannot wait till such a long time.
Okay. Yeah. And what are the recommended practices for teak tree management, including irrigation, fertigation, pest and disease control, and pruning?
Yeah, that's what I have discussed. All those things. They had, first of all, once they grow, they have to do the removal of the side. They got the side tillers type of things are there. We have to remove the side shoots and everything. Allow the tree to grow straight, because straight main bole is important in the teak. So we should see that a good, if possible, irrigation can be given. Otherwise, if we don't give any irrigation also, with the onset of the monsoon, when we plant these trees, they come up well. Only thing is, if we give irrigate, as I already told you, that fast growth will be there. Then there's no question of any management, like means you spraying or anything or anything. As I told you, only thing is we have to maintain clean cultivation. Clean cultivation. Go for one time intercultivation, like with plowing, and then we should raise the seedlings. So as I told you, 3 times we can harvest. 6th year, first harvesting is 6th year, second harvesting is 12th year, and third harvesting can be an 18th year. So during this period, they have to attend minimum work is that clean cultivation, intercultivation, and no question of any irrigation or anything. The trees are going to come up, depends upon the nature rainfall. As I have also told you that rainfall rainfall intensity also, the rainfall region where these teak trees are going to come up well also I have discussed. As far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned, we get, I mean, Andhra Pradesh or mixed Telangana is concerned, we have a teak plantations are going to come well up in the Adilabad region. We can see the lot of plantations over there, and the soils are, though they are poor, the plantations are going to come very well. Especially in the hilly areas also, the teak plantations are going to come up well. So these dry soils and soils where there are most, they are not at all suitable. Waterlogged soils, it won't come up well. So these are the precautions which the farmers have to take. And they can also grow them as a border plantations, border in their fields, farmers. They can be act, as I told you, they can act as a windbreaker. They can act as they can help you. They'll be preventing lodging of the crops also due to the prevention of the wind velocity by these teak plantations. So, but the disadvantage of these teak trees is that leaf fall will be there. Due to this leaf fall, at times there may be fire accident may happen. So you have to see that the dried leaves have to be removed very as and when they are fall during the senescence period. So it has got a couple of months senescence period is there. At that time, before the leaves, before the teak plantation sprout, we have to remove all this, clean the, I mean, clean the dried leaves to prevent the fire attack like that. So that we have to make some paths to fire not to spread. In case of the forest area, generally they do the gaps from one block to one block. Otherwise, the fire is attacked in one block, it can be prevented spreading into the other block also, as far as I mean forest areas are concerned. So this is how we have to can maintain. Only thing is absentee landlords who are having a big, I mean, they are having a big size of lands like 100 acres, 200 acres, where they cannot do anything also. This plantation with the onset of the monsoon, they can do, and they can forget, and they can run their own show at their places. And one fine morning, after a long period, they can they can do the rich harvest also.
Okay. And how does the growth and development of teak trees vary across different agroclimatic regions, and what are the implications for farmers and agri entrepreneurs?
Yeah, what I told you just now, depending upon the rainfall, there are some places where heavy rainfall regions are also there. In heavy rainfall regions, so teak goes very fast, but the quality of the teak, the timber which we are going to use will not be that much good. But teak goes, and wherever the teak is growing in the well rainfall areas, there you don't see any senescence of the leaves. Leaves will be always green, and it grows up well, very fast also. But the ultimately the wood quality will not be good. Whereas when we grow this teak in dry areas and long duration, generally teak will be very good, very hard, and it's also we get a good quality timber also from those trees actually, especially. So across the India, there are some specific points are there, specific locations are there where the teak is going to come. We have, for example, we have Balasha teak is there in Maharashtra. So there we get excellent quality teak plantation because that microclimate condition is very suitable for the teak growth. So people prefer to get the wood from there, and they use that wood for for preparation of their house construction and furnitures, etc., like that. So good quality, as I have discussed already, that good different type of teak are there. Some teak is good for some purpose, and then some teak is good for some other purpose, like that. Some teak is especially good for the preparation of the household material, like doors, windows, and all those things, like that, cabinets and all those preparations. They are good. So depending upon the our requirement, depending upon the our use, depending upon our purpose, we have to get the wood from different places. So especially people who in Andhra Pradesh or in the Telangana areas, they prefer to have these Balarsha wood, or people they prefer to have the wood from the Adilabad. The wood, especially wood from the Adilabad, really we get good quality wood. So we usually prefer to have the wood from those regions, especially. So that's why, because the trees which are grown over there, they are very hard, and they are long run. I mean, their life cycle is very long. So the grain formation in the wood will be very good. So this is how actually we have to prefer and go for these teak plantations. So farmers uh, uh, should not spend much money on this. What I want to tell you is that they should spend the least, and they should forget about it. And but little maintenance is required, and definitely the farmers at the one fine morning they are going to get the rich harvest. This is how across India there are special locations are there. Hilly areas it comes up very well. So like that, all hilly areas also these teak plantations we can harvest good plantations. We are going forest areas are also will have a lot of good teak is going to come. So we have now the tissue culture teak plantations are there. Systematically we can go like a farming land also. You can take furniture, teak eucalyptus teak plantations we can do in the our farming land also. But farmers have to wait at least minimum of 10 years to harvest their to get some returns.
Okay.
Okay, man.
And what are the potential risks and challenges associated with teak farming, and how can they be mitigated or managed effectively?
Only risk in teak cultivation is that we have to protect them from actually animals and all those things in the beginning stages. But teak has got one bad quality is the senescence of leaves. The leaves will fall during the senescence period, and they spread in such a way in the field that a little fire accident may cause entire plantation burn. In the forest, you might be knowing that on days together the fire is going to burn because of this leaves. They are very big, they are dry and quick they get catch hold of they catch the fry. So that's why we have to be very careful. As I already told you that we have to see that the leaves, the dried leaves fallen during the senescence period have to be removed before before the sproutings are going to come. And people who are working over it also, they should be very careful, and while using any sort of a smoking or anything, they are not supposed to leave the smoked but cigarettes and all those things in those forest areas or in their farms also. This this may cause to damage of the entire plantations. It will be very difficult to once it is caught or catch hold of price means it's very difficult to control it also. As far as I told you about the teak skeletonizer, teak diseases, and all those things, we can ignore, and because it is very difficult to control and all those things, and it doesn't make any difference. So, whatever the plantations are there in the period of 18 years, we can harvest 2 times 6th year and 12th year and remove all the weak trees, trees which are infested with the pests and diseases. Like that, we can do the separate. We can do the selective cutting of these trees, and ultimately, at the end of the 18th year, 250 trees are left, and these can reach almost where the farmers are going to get about 2.5 crores of rupees from 1 acre. This is how the farmers have to wait to get actually this sort of a profits.
Okay. Just
Any,
couple of just
any
couple of
questions,
more
sir?
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. How can farmers or agri entrepreneurs optimize the harvest and marketing of teak timber to maximize profitability?
Yeah, that's what I don't see. Depending upon the way they grow the teak, means suppose if you do go for the tissue culture teak plantation, you get really good returns. Only thing is we get good quick returns we are going to get, but the quality will not be that much good. But when the teak which is being grown in the hardy areas where less rainfall areas and on stony places or and a poor soils, those wood is very good in quality. The grain quality will be also, grain quality will be also very good. So those type of, it depends upon the, whatever, it depends upon the production, how, where it is being produced. Based on that only, you are going to get the returns. So this how farmers have to know, they have to know the end use of all the teak wood, and they should also know, aware of the marketing aspects also, and if wherever the market is and which type of quality of the wood they are getting good profit also, they should know. Based on that, they can go for teak farming without any losses. But only thing, as I have told you, that the duration will be very long.
Okay. And are there any government schemes, subsidies, or financial support programs available for individuals interested in teak farming?
Yeah, they can approach the NABARD banks. They are giving the plantation some of the finance. They can approach, but day to day, time to time, these policies also change. They will also give some minimum assistance of plantations. And once these plantations are done, then again they have to go for paying back also loans, taking loans also. Government is not for plantation purpose, minimum support government is giving. That is, NABARD is giving to the farmers in growing these plantations also. For example, eucalyptus is there. As far as eucalyptus is concerned, there is a buyback schemes are there being given by the paper industries. Like the ITC Bhadrachalam paper industry is there. They give the excellent, excuse me, excellent buyback system to the farmers. So people around Bhadrachalam and Sarapaka areas and all around Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, around the Bhadrachalam area, they really are a rich profit because they got a good buyback of this tea eucalyptus plantation. So like that, teak is having, it's a king of timber. All the time it has got a demand, but you should get the proper, proper purchaser. Based on the demand only we can supply. So demand will be always there, but only thing is choosing the right person for our material. So like that, the profits will also differ depending upon the demands. In the market, suppose the wood is not there, then our product will have a good trade. If in the market there is a glut in the wood, automatically we don't get good price. Like that, eucalyptus also, people will get really many times the rates are going to fluctuate. So rate per ton, it differs. So like that, teak is awesome. But among all the wood qualities, teak is called the king of timber, and that can be actually, what I mean is that can be actually taken without any difficulty. But only thing is, as I have been telling repeatedly, that the farmers have to, or the growers have to wait till it comes to the harvesting of 18 to 20 or 22 years, depending upon the soil. If the soil is very poor, the cutting cycle is going to be extended. If the soil is little bit rich, the cutting cycle will be little bit shortened. So depending upon the soil type also, the cutting cycle depends.
Okay. Now, last question.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any certifications or standards related to sustainable teak farming that individuals or agri startup should consider?
No, there is nothing like that. Only thing is the basis. There are some people who have come up in the market and they announce this and that, and they say that I will give that much, this much. There's nothing. Nobody should believe anyone as far as concerned, because these are all the schemes which they advertise. They say that we give this much of profit, this much of thing after some time, after 25 years. We don't know where, who are, and who is he, what is going to give after 25 years. So like that, I request all the farmers, never believe anyone who come up in the market. They say sure that we give this sort of things and that sort of profit. That's very wrong. And there is no guarantee how we can say after 20 years who is he and where I am, and where I am and who are. So like that, it is not at all practically possible. But they tempt us. Actually, they keep on giving the very attractive advertisements to catch hold of the people, and they make money. So this sort of a thing farmers should not actually accept at any time, and they should not enter into any agreement with anyone as far as this is concerned. Only thing is practically it is very difficult to enter this sort of a schemes like each tree we are going to pay this much of amount. You should give minimum amount for the maintenance. All those things the people will be. I mean, the people who come in the market, they say that we give the bonds, like that different type of different type of advertisements will shoot up in will be shooting up many people to dupe our farmers. So farmers they should they should consult the specialists. They should consult the scientists from the universities, and then only they should take decisions. This is very important. This is because never believe anyone who come in the market and assuring you some so and so, because this is agriculture is nature dependent. Agriculture is, there is no assurance in agriculture till the day you get the money into your pocket. Also, there is no assurance. So in the same fashion, the plantations also, the long time venture, it take long time, and at the end of the day, where we are, so how it is going to be produced and what is going to get, and at the time of our material, there may be a lot of glut in the market. Automatically, then the sale will, our price, we may not get good price also. So I request all the farmers or the entrepreneurs, anyone, never trust any sort of advertisements. This is not at all correct. So don't take away by any advertisement. Don't believe in. They should first consult the specialists or the scientists who are in the field working in the different plantations. That is very important.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Mr. Joseph. So I don't see any more questions from our participants. So now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank you for the detailed presentation and answering all the questions in depth. And we also like to thank all the participants for joining this meeting. The meeting will now be closed. And just for information, I've shared your contact number and email address
Share
with the
also, share
participants.
this PPT also if you want.
Yeah.
I can send it.
Yeah. Okay.
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 Thank
Yeah.
you,
We'll
madam.
close the meeting. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.